Have you ever wanted to do parkour in a futuristic white dystopia while trying to take down a tyrannical government? Well, this game might be for you. In 2008, DICE and EA dropped Mirror's Edge, a futuristic parkour simulator that has a bit of a cult following, and I can see why. When I first saw this game, I was like, whoa, it's so bright, it's so beautiful. You can play as an Asian chick and she can do parkour and stuff, yeah! So I bought the game on Steam and took a go at it. How well does this hold up in current gear? What's up, fellow Autism? I played Mirror's Edge and I want to talk about it. In Mirror's Edge, you play as Faith Connors. She is what's called a runner, and runners are messengers who are highly skilled at parkour and are essentially wanted by a tyrannical government because, reasons. You're trying to save your sister after you both get framed for a murder y'all didn't commit, and eventually bring said government to its knees. Before I dive into the gameplay, I gotta talk about the visuals. This game is beautiful, no doubt about that. It's probably one of the best looking games I've seen in the past 15 years, and it still holds up today. Even the title screen and the main menu look amazing. DICE really hit the nail on the head when it came to the game's presentation. In the PC version, there's also PhysX technology present on some objects, which makes the game feel a little more real. Unfortunately, this seems to bring modern PCs to their knees. And by modern PCs, I mean PCs with AMD GPUs or RTX 50 series cards, because Nvidia dropped 32-bit PhysX with the 50 series for some reason. I'll never understand that. The only criticisms I have about the visuals are that sometimes it feels like the game is just a little too bright. Let me fix that. Ah, much better. But for real though, this game is gorgeous. I also like how some of the cutscenes were animated. Instead of them being in-engine, it's 2D animation. It's animated quite well, and I think it fits the overall style of the game, but I do wish that the cutscenes were in-engine instead. On to the gameplay now, and it plays good. It's a first-person game, and with the theme being parkour, I think this ended up being really unique for the time. Given that it is parkour, you have the typical stuff that parkour entails, like climbing up buildings and ledges, jumping from building to building, jumping from building to pipe, wall running, shimmying, sliding, etc. Just be warned though, you will fall a lot. Ugh. Now, the game mostly focuses on the parkour, but since you're going against the government, there will be times where you have no choice but to fight. There's your typical punches and kicks, but you can also pick up guns to shoot at your enemies. The combat mechanics are okay, but I think it ruins a bit of the flow of the game. Not to regurgitate another reviewer's thoughts, but I will agree with them. The last third of the game has a heavy focus on combat, and unfortunately, combat is not one of Mirror's Edge's strong suits. And because of this, I thought the last parts of the game were a little weak. It's not a huge deal or anything, but this game works best when you're just running. I get that you'll need some combat to break things up, but the combat just doesn't do the game justice. It got really annoying when I had to fight this assassin chick. There's not really a strategy for this, you basically just gotta punch and pray. You're able to slow down time to make combat easier, but I forgot that existed, so I never really used it. I just feel like the combat was a bit of an afterthought. I also had issues with rolling. When falling from a great height, you're supposed to hold shift to roll and not take any fall damage. Well, I kept doing that and I was only able to roll once every 5 landings. Yeah, I know, skill issue, but that felt really annoying to me. Other than that, I had a good challenge with the game. It can get brutal at times. Sometimes the enemies will just pummel you to death, and there were some sections where I got lost. But in this game, you gotta think, and think hard to find out where you're supposed to go. Now to the environments themselves. Just like the visuals, they look beautiful. They're mostly linear. Most of your time will be spent on rooftops, but there are sections where you're indoors. Some of the indoor sections are a little tight, and others are massive and open. There's also a section in where you're hopping from train to train, avoiding poles and walls and such, and I like it. In general, I think the levels are well made and they flow very well. There's a good blend of objects to jump over, billboards to run across, and enemies to take down. Speaking of objects, the game guides you via the objects that are highlighted red, and I thought that was a nice touch. It's extremely helpful because without it, I'd probably be really lost. But honestly, I don't think painting the objects red is enough. We need red circles and arrows and lines on the ground. That'll definitely help the people who have an attention span of a goldfish who watch TikTok brain rot. The soundtrack is well done too. It gives you an action movie type vibe. The main theme is called Still Alive, no relation to the Portal song. I think it fits Faith's one-dimensional character and how deep she is, but I'm not sure if it fits the whole vibe of the game. But to be honest, I'd rather have this than some Michael Bay explosion type beat. Story-wise, I thought it was a little weak. It felt incomplete to me. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there's not a lot of character development, and I felt that the ending was not necessarily abrupt, but it didn't really give me any sense of closure. As I said before, Faith is pretty one-dimensional, and she's basically like, wow, the city is all out to get us and such. I am so deep and relatable to the gamer of 2008. She's definitely memorable and a strong woman lead, but her character is just flat and monotone. Everyone else has a chill vibe to them, which I don't mind. I don't mind the voice acting either, but the dialogue isn't that great in my opinion.
Don't know what's got into them. Must be contract renewal time.
The acting itself is fine, but it's just the dialogue itself that's a miss. So what did I think of Mirror's Edge? Well, the game is great. It's beautiful, it plays well, and it's a fun experience. But there are some shortcomings like the mid-story, the mid-combat, the awkward rolling controls, and how short the game is. I beat the game in 4 hours, but your mileage may vary. Hey, you might be able to beat it in no time. Regardless of all that, this is a must-play. The uniqueness and freshness alone sells the game, and honestly, you won't be disappointed. Okay, maybe you'll be disappointed in the story. Besides that, Mirror's Edge gets a 4 out of 5. There was a sequel to Mirror's Edge Catalyst, released in 2016. I heard it's pretty alright, but if you want me to check it out, let me know. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did, and if you did, give this video a like, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. If you want to support the channel, donate to my Ko-fi in the link below, and if you're looking for more ENunnGaming, check out my review of MDK, another unique-ish title. Have a good one, y'all, and I'll see you soon. Bye.